Hello, everybody. Welcome back to CCSN Snacktime. Benjamin Parris and Matt Weiss, joined today by Julian Hammond, basketball and football star at Cherry Creek. He was the Centennial League Basketball Player of the Year and a football state championship, all in a matter of like 4 months. Julian, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, good.
So, kicking things right off, you excelled. Absolutely excelled in both the sports you played this year and, the fall and winter season back to back. Just how much fun do you have at the beginning of the year?
It's just fun to play, no matter what sport it is or when. I just love to play, so that's always fun.
And you're in such a skilled position in both sports, being quarterback. You're obviously a natural leader on both teams. Your stats show that, and obviously your personality as well. But what's it like to be able to lead both teams?
Really, I just go out and play, try to play like how I do every game and be myself. Really, I don't think too much of it. So.
Yeah, Julian, you're definitely kind of this quiet leader, and you weren't a secret to us going into this year, but maybe to some people in the state, definitely maybe as it related to football. But I don't know, have you always been that kind of leader? You just let your play speak for itself. But coming in at QB1 after, Padilla, obviously, those are different shoes to fill. What was that like at the beginning of the year? Did you feel pressure to be more vocal, or you just kind of, I'm going to play my game and lead this way, and just it started working, and then you just got to be yourself?
I just kind of play how I play, and then if I have to talk to people to get them to play a certain way, I'll talk to them. Or if I can lead by example too, I lead by example all the time, or I try to. And then if I feel like I need to get vocal, then I will.
What was it like coming in after Alex left? He's now, at a top 25 college in the country. And, the pass game was a big deal the year they lost to Valor. But then this year you definitely showed off your arm. But then also Jaylee had a big year and James had a big year. So did you see a lot of change over the last 2 years with football?
A little bit. I would say we kind of changed some stuff in our offense a little bit, kind of changed it up, and that I just feel like our team was a little bit closer this year than they have been recently. So I felt like that helped us a lot.
Yeah. Was there a turning point? You guys came hot out of the gate, and obviously at the football season, it seemed like you didn't miss a beat from day one to some extent. But obviously, the first there were question marks. A lot of our team was based off of some new starters, and your junior class is on another level for many reasons, but athletically in particular. Santa Margarita, where you guys were hitting your stride, and I just noticed you guys had a strut in your step at a certain point, and there was no more pressure of what this team was going to be. It was, how far can this team go?
I think from the start, our goal was always to get to state and win the state championship, and we knew that we could do that. Even though we might be a little bit looked over this year because we lost some pieces. So I would say after the Pomona game, we really thought that we could that we should win state, not just that we can. We all felt like we're the best team, so we should do this.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, because we've talked about this a little bit before, big Xbox guy, what are your 2 or 3 biggest games that you're playing right now?
I play Madden the most, and then a little bit of Call of Duty. That's it, really. I mostly play Madden though.
And what team do you play as when you play in Madden?
I play the Ultimate Team the most, but if I pick a team, I'll play with the Texans.
Because of the quarterback?
Yeah. I like playing with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Is there a guy that, will bug you a lot on the team about playing video games or anything? Is there a lot of competition on either of the teams you play in?
James used to want to play me in Madden all the time. But that was it. No one else really wanted to play that much.
What happened when you played Max in 2K?
I lost by like
Is that true, Max?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. You don't have to be humble.
I remember when we played, but I don't remember what he won.
Well, Julian told me you didn't teach him how to dunk or shoot, so it wasn't necessarily fair.
yeah, he was cheating, so
I was too focused.
it didn't count because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, we'll have to get a rematch.
I'll tell you how to dunk when it's end.
This quarantine hasn't been good to me on my 2K game either. I went into this kind of being able to beat Max lefty, and now I get these big leads, and I get these big leads, and he comes back and smokes me. So he's getting all sorts of treats because of it. So if that makes you feel any better.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Maybe next time.
Now I gotta ask Max back there. Max, do you have a favorite player on the basketball team or on the football team at Cherry Creek?
My basketball favorite is Julian, and my football favorite player is Miles.
Okay, so pretty solid group you got there. I know you and Miles are really close, Julian. Can you talk a little bit about your guys' relationship?
Well, the first time I met him was probably like 6th grade, 5th grade, something like that, and I didn't like him because we were on different teams, and he was always playing harder than more people, more physical, so that was tough. But he's cool though. He's a real nice person and stuff. Once you get to know him.
Was he the kind of kid, based on what you just said, like in 5th grade, 6th grade, since he was on another team, like the ball is somewhere completely away from you on the court, but he's still face guarding you? Was that the kind of defender Miles was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
All the time too. It was tough.
The kids face guarding in like elementary school recess basketball, and the worst is always like if you're face guarding in soccer, like what are you doing? I mean, like what's the point here?
Soccer, I don't know. I was terrible at soccer. I never played, so because I just couldn't do it. I was awful.
Where'd you really get your start in basketball? Like when did you start playing, and then how did you turn into the player that you are today?
I think I played as long as I can remember, really. Like I didn't always play for a team and stuff, but I always had a basket inside. Like I would play at my house all the time, and then I would work with my dad, and then that's really it. That's why I just constantly played. So,
is there a player in the NBA that you really like try to emulate their game or really look up to, and will always watch their highlights or anything like that?
No, I would say I like try to shape my game a certain way. I would just say I try to like take pieces from certain players. Because if one player does this good, then I want to take that or this. But I don't want to just follow a player like completely.
And I know you're a big Lakers fan as well. Where'd that Lakers fandom really come from? And I know that whenever they're in town playing Nuggets, you and your brother usually go to those games. But where'd that come from? And then I know that you were a big Kobe fan as well. So,
my mom is from California, so she was a Lakers fan, and then my dad is too. Or he's from here, but he's still a Lakers fan. So, like growing up, we'd watch all the games. So I just grew up watching them.
So when LeBron came to the Lakers, how excited were you about that? Because the Lakers were struggling there for a little while.
I was excited because the seasons like before that were hard to watch, like because they were terrible. And it didn't show any promise of getting better really. So that was nice to see.
I also have to ask, have you been watching The Last Dance on ESPN on Sunday nights?
Yeah, I have actually.
So what have your thoughts been on the show?
I'll say it's pretty good. It's really good actually. Like I like how it's like out of order though too. So you're not just going from this to this to this. Like it's kind of scattered around.
Weiss, are you there or did we lose you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know where my video went. My phone overheated. So we're inside. I don't know where my video went.
We'll put a picture of you on the screen. But obviously, we've talked a little bit about the first 4 episodes of The Last Dance, and we just asked Julian about it. But what have you thought about it? And Julian just said that he really likes how it's kind of out of order and scattered around, and that's something I told you that I also really enjoyed.
Oh, I mean, I think can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
I think I talked to both of you a little bit about it. I mean, I'm loving it for many reasons. I mean, I was your guys' age when the Bulls were during this season, The Last Dance. That was my junior year of high school. And I grew up with MJ and fell in love with the game watching Jordan. I think everybody, especially, you didn't have to be from Chicago to love the Bulls and love Jordan. But I love that it's not just about that season and how each episode is clearly kind of building the
All right, he's gone. It is snack time. Did you bring anything for snack?
No, I didn't actually. I just took a nap, so I got out of bed like 10 minutes before.
Nice.
Maybe.
We like that. I'll have to ask, is there any like food-related pregame things? I know you and the girls' teams go out for a lunch every so often on Fridays, and is there anything you usually eat before a game?
Maybe some Skittles, like right before the game, or some candy. But like a meal, no. That's kind of.
Do you have a favorite like Gatorade flavor? Like what's the best Gatorade color?
I would say the red one. I like the red one, or the strawberry watermelon one. Those are good.
Very nice. Well, we're gonna have to try to track down Weiss, but thanks for coming on the show, and it was great having you. And hopefully this quarantine stuff blows over, and we see you soon.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm back.
Weiss, do you have we'll have you finish off some of your thoughts.
Where did I get cut off? Should I start from the top?
Yeah, go back to the beginning of The Last Dance.
I mean, I'm loving every minute of it, mostly because it makes me very nostalgic, just remembering that era, probably from like when I was 8 until 18, those 10 years when I was falling in love with the game, not just as a player, but even more so as a fan, being able to watch Jordan and the Bulls. And I mean, I remember him dethroning the Pistons. I remember the Pistons walking off the court, not shaking their hands, and being at the age where I was like asking my dad, like, was that messed up? I thought like you always got to shake hands, and that being a big deal. And I didn't hate that Pistons team, and I'm a big fan of Isaiah Thomas, at least his game. But and then the way that the Bulls just went on to win, and I just love how it goes back and forth to just give us all a history of the trajectory of that team and who they were leading to that last season and kind of what they went through to get there. And then, I mean, it's pretty incredible to win 6 championships, 2 different three-peats, and the only time they didn't win was when, he stopped playing hoops in large part. And I don't know if you guys know this, and I'm sure that there's one of these episodes will go in depth about it, but his dad's passing. His dad always wanted him to play baseball. So he went to play baseball, made Space Jam, and then came back and won 3 more titles. So it's cool. It's fun to share with Max. It's fun that the whole world's talking about it. And I'm sure MJ, you guys maybe have read the stories, but MJ, I guess after the 2016 NBA Finals, he called up the league because they originally filmed all this and they gave him full control over the footage. And he sat on the footage for 20 years. And after LeBron won the title with the Cavs, he called the league and was like, okay, I'm ready to do something with this. Maybe because LeBron was getting in a real conversation about being the GOAT or not, but just Jordan being competitive, it's just fun to watch. And it's fun to see guys your age talking about MJ. So we're loving it over here.
What was the atmosphere like here in Denver? First of all, did you ever see the Bulls when they came to play the Nuggets?
So, funny story. My dad and I had season tickets in middle school when the Nuggets beat the Supersonics, the 8-1. We were the 8 seed, they were the 1 seed. That was one of the years. But the year that the Bulls went 72-10 and set the original regular season winning record, we had season tickets. But that year, actually, my dad lost his job. And so, I didn't necessarily recognize it, but, times weren't easy at that year. And my dad came to me and he told me he could sell the Bulls tickets that year and they would pay for a whole season tickets. Would I be okay with that? And I said, sure. And then that night, one of the Bulls' 10 losses that year came to a struggling 8-seed Nuggets team. And, I wasn't at the game, and I don't think I got too mad at my dad. But in hindsight, I missed that game. And so then in high school, the year of the last dance, my dad, financially, things were a lot better. And he surprised me with a trip out to Chicago, and we went and saw the Bulls play the Magic. So I got to see MJ. That was the only time I got to see MJ live.
That's awesome. That's funny because when the Warriors had, I guess, the 7 or 8 loss season, the Nuggets were one of their losses too. So that's good for the Nuggets. That's good for the Nuggets. Anything else you want to say today, Weiss?
Well, I don't know everything I missed, but Max, you want to say anything real quick to Julian? Oh, Max wants to share a snack.
Oh, what do you have for snack, Max?
Ivan?
Nice.
Anything to Julian? Want to tell him anything? No? He told me he wasn't going to be shy.
I wasn't shy.
Well, we're going to get some shots up after this, but, Julian, it's been a blast getting to know you this year. I mean, last year, I knew you just because I'd go to the games, but, you're kind of a quiet dude. But getting to know you a little bit more this year, having you in class, spending more time with you around various events and activities, I do really respect the way that you lead, and you definitely are a leader. There's all sorts of different ways to be a leader, and it's cool that you haven't tried to be any type of leader but the leader that you're comfortable being, and you're obviously finding a lot of success in that, and you're going to continue to find a ton of success. I'm thankful that you're at Creek, so we get to enjoy a lot of that success, and again next year, but the way you hit your free throws down the stretch and you just stay cool, calm, and collected. You got ice going through your veins. Same thing being QB1. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes in to being in these positions and excelling in a lot of the moments that you do, and it's natural, and it's just cool. It's a gift. So looking forward to seeing all that's in front of you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on, and we will see you back on the gridiron in the fall.
All right. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Peace.